Hello, welcome to today's video. This is our first series on decimals. So we shall be showing you different ways that we can solve questions involving decimals. Before we start, we have to look at decimal systems. What are decimal systems? Decimal system is a place value system which is based on the power of 10. For example, we have 10 to the power of 1, which is giving us 10. We have 10 to the power of 2, which is giving us 100. We have 10 to the power of 3, which is giving us 1,000. We have 10 to the power of 4, which is giving us 10,000. And the list goes on and on. Now, let's look at decimal numbers. What are decimal numbers? Decimal numbers consist of a whole number and a fraction. In other words, we are saying that a decimal number consists of two parts. For example, here I have 34, for example 34.36. This is a good example of a decimal number. Now, the first digits or the digits before the decimal point are called the whole numbers. These are the whole number, while the digits after the decimal point are called the fractional parts. They are called fractional parts. So what we are saying here is this: our decimal number can have one or more digits to the right of the decimal points. So this period right here is called the decimal point. All right, so let's explain what we mean by decimal place. Now, if a decimal number has just one digit after the decimal point, it is called a one decimal place. If it has two digits after the decimal point, it is called two decimal place. If it has three digits after the decimal point, it is called three decimal places, and the list goes on. Now, let's explain the meaning of a one decimal place, two decimal place, and a three decimal places. So let's look at what a one decimal place represents in a decimal system. So to find out what a one decimal place represents, I have to convert these to a fraction. So I will move my decimal points to the last digit. So that's 1. So because I moved just once, it becomes 7 over 10. All right, so that means that a one digit represents 7 over 10. In other words, I can say that a one digit or a one decimal place represents 10th. Let's look at the second decimal number. We have 0.78. To check the place value of these, we convert to a fraction. So I'll move again, decimal point to the last digit. 1, 2. That is, I move twice. That should be 100. So it becomes 78 over 100. So if you divide this, you should get back 0.78. So therefore, we can say that at two decimal places represent 100. The reason why we use hundredth and tenth is because the 100 is a fraction, so it's a hundredth. All right, for the next decimal system, we have 0.789. We convert to a fraction, that is 1, 2, 3. That is 3 times, so to be 789 over 1,000. 789 over 1,000. So this represents thousands. So at 3 decimal places represent thousands. Okay, in summary, we're saying that a 1 decimal place represents tenth, while at 2 decimal places represent hundredth, and 3 decimal places represent thousandth. And the reason we are using tenth and not 10 is because it is a fraction. Let's look at an example. Here we're asked to find the place value of the second digit. Question 1, 253.345. So what is the place value for 3 in this system? So what do? I will move my decimal point to the right side of the second digit. So that's just 1. So 1 place means a 10. So that represents 3 over 10. So therefore, I can write this in words. That gives me 3/10. So the place value of 3 in this decimal system is 3/10. Second question, we have 24.698. So 9 is our second digit. To get the place value of 9, I move my decimal point to the right side of 9. So that is 1, 2. That is twice. So that becomes 9 over 100. So therefore, I can say that the place value of 9 in this system is 900. 900. Alright, the next question, 123.098. As you can see right here, 8 is the second digit, so we're asked to find the place value of 8 in this system. So I will move my decimal point to the right side of 8. So let's go 1, 2, and 3. So I just moved 3 places to the right side of 8. That becomes 8 over 1,000. So I can write this in words. That will give us 800. So that will give us 8,000. 8,000. So this is how we can find the place value of the fractional part of a decimal system. Here are some practice questions. We are asked to find the place value of the second digits in the following decimal systems. You are free to leave your solutions or send your solutions to this email address, and we shall respond to you as soon as possible. Hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave your comments in the comment box, and we shall interact with you. Thanks very much. Bye bye.